That now, James, good to have you with us. You were with the president in Romania and Moldova earlier this week, and on that trip, he clarified some of the comments he made a few days ago. Those comments that Catherine referred to, and he also said more about France's position in the conflict.
Yes, absolutely. Yesterday, we were on a military base with Emmanuel Macron in the eastern part of Romania, which is very much the front line. It's very close to the border with Ukraine. It's also very, very close to the Red Sea. It's just close to the port of Constanța, and it is due to become, this base, the main military base of NATO in that area. And so Emmanuel Macron was on the tarmac with the Romanian president, Klaus Iohannis, and basically he explained what his position was. And his position, this is probably what he's telling right now the other leaders. He says, yes, we want Ukraine to win. We stand by Ukraine. We have stood by Ukraine since the very beginning. He says we want them to win. We will help them to win. And we want, with the sanction packages, says, we've created these 6 very strong sanction packages. We want to make this war unsustainable economically by Russia. But at the same time, Russia is a nuclear power. It is at the gates of Europe. And he says that rhetoric such as we will annihilate Russia or we will destroy Russia, he says that is counterproductive. He says, we will not annihilate Russia. And basically, Emmanuel Macron just hammered this. He said it twice during this press conference I was at in Romania yesterday. He said, at one stage, we will stop fighting. This fighting will stop. We'll have to sit around the table and we'll have to sit and discuss with Russia because it's a huge country. It's going nowhere. And we're going to have to negotiate with them at some stage, which is probably what he's been trying to bring as a message also to Ukraine. He also said that he wanted to show solidarity. He wanted to show political willingness to help. Also, potentially, he's going to come up with some concrete measures to help on a political level and on a military level as well. But this is very much the posture of the French president.
Well, France right now is at the head of the EU presidency for a couple more weeks. Have we heard anything new when it comes to potential EU membership for Ukraine?
Well, just after Romania, Emmanuel Macron went to Moldova, and I was at that trip as well. And he met President Maya Sandu, who is trying to achieve the same thing as Volodymyr Zelensky. Moldova is really on the border with Ukraine. They've taken in a massive influx of refugees, 480,000 at the very first stage of the war, and then now there's still 80,000 there. It's a very small country, so that's a lot of people. And basically, they are trying to fast-track their accession to the European Union. And there again, Emmanuel Macron was given an opportunity to clarify what he believes needs to be done. And he believes that Moldova, for example, the case of Moldova and Ukraine, must be treated in the same fashion, if you will, in the face of this crisis, this Russian invasion. Now, what he said was it's going to take years to get EU integration. But what he also said, there will be a European Council on the 23rd and 24th of June. He says, what I want is a positive and clear sign from the European Union that we want to help and that we want to be by the side of Moldova and Ukraine. Now, there are possibilities for that, one of which is to grant these two countries the status of candidate, officially make them candidates to the European integration, which puts them in a new kind of scope, but it doesn't mean that they're part of the European Union. Now, what the president has also offered is, and he's defined this in May, is to create a European political community, which would be a separate body in which there could be dialogue, there could be organization when it comes to security, when it comes to military affairs. He says also, and he says this in Moldova, that it mustn't be a substitute for NATO, and it mustn't either be like this lobby you stay in for years before becoming part of the European Union. He says something different, and he wants to create that. Now, Maya Sandu, who is the president of Moldova, is very much in favor of this new body. It's a different matter when it comes to Zelensky, so we'll have to see how he reacts today.
Press 24's James André, thank you very much for that.